Let's make 2020 our best year ever.
So, from the outside in, 2020 looked to be a great year. How would it not? It's the start of a new decade. That opens up a lot of doors to new things, and even in 2020, well, a lot of good music is going to drop. Lil Uzi already dropped Eternal Take, as well as the Deluxe Project, which turned out being Lil Uzi Vert versus the World 2. Pretty sure The Weeknd just dropped. And, well, the music scene looks pretty alright from what I see. Not to mention, we also had the Olympics to look forward to. We had the Euros to look forward to. Liverpool were on to win their first ever league title in about 30 years. 2020 looked to be a great year. Fast forward 3 months, even 1 month in, we've already had World War III trending on Twitter. We're in a global pandemic and we're being advised to self quarantine and isolate from each other. So far, it doesn't look like a great year. The senior class of 2020, which ironically I'm part of, is greatly affected by this. We have a high possibility of one, not returning back to class, and two, maybe not even having a graduation ceremony. After the talk, I and many others said uh, the great quote you hear every new year: this year is going to be my year. 2020 is going to be our year. Currently, it doesn't feel as such. But even though it's not looking amazing right now, I want to step away from all of the negative talk and instead, I want to be the person or part of a start. Even though this year seems to already be in a dumpster, and even though it could get worse, I advocate that we should all collectively, together, make 2020 better than what it already is and better than what it possibly could be. So, the first steps to this, even though it seems counterintuitive and counterproductive to making a good year, I say that we should stick to the guidelines and we should absolutely be self isolating during these at least 2, 3 months, which that's a lot of time, especially to be alone. But it is time necessary so that we could reduce the curve of the amount of cases, especially wherever you live, whether that be in the US, whether that be in Mexico, or as we're seeing in Italy. The real reason that I made this video is I want to spread the message that this hopefully will all pass over as long as we stick to protocol. I know it's common to question, you know, and it is absolutely recommended to question everything. But in this case, I feel like we should have some faith, especially in the World Health Organization as well as the CDC. And we should absolutely be taking the steps necessary to reduce the curve. But aside that, Well, actually, no. In addition to that, as long as we do that, I have no doubt in my mind, I have pure faith in my heart that this will hopefully blow over and that life will continue as we all remember it to. And even though we are going to miss out on many great sporting events, as we're already missing out on so many, such as the NBA season, Premier League is suspended, most European leagues, soccer leagues at least, are suspended. We don't have sports right now, essentially. But I feel wholeheartedly maybe in the summer we'll have some of our sports back. And that is the hope, at least, right? That is the hope. So, to end this video off, I'm going to be giving some quick tips on what you could do during this pandemic. Number one, start a new hobby. If there's something you're interested in doing or you've been interested in doing, such as learning a new language, learning a new instrument, practicing a sport, which, as long as it's something you could practice alone, you should be fine. Like, if you just want to do keepy ups or better your dribbling in basketball, you absolutely do that. Two, read. Read because it's good. My English teacher recommended it to me. Of course he would. He's an English teacher. But I do think that we should start reading, especially because it's good for the health, and you're expanding your knowledge as well as your vocabulary. Personally, I'm going to be reading Daring Greatly by Brené Brown, as well as Status Anxiety by Alain de Botton. This one I've been reading for a while. This one is a new book. 3, absolutely, if you can, exercise. Build your immune system, obviously. Even if you don't have a gym, there are many at-home workouts you could do. Even if it's sit-ups, even if it's push-ups, go out for a run. Just make sure you don't come in contact with anyone other than if you live with your family, of course your family, but try to reduce the amount of contact you have with other people. Or practice any current skills you have. If you already know how to play an instrument, practice it. I already know how to play piano, minorly, so my self-isolation is going to be focused on practicing that. If you want to work on math skills, for example, for anyone who likes doing math, absolutely do it. It just keeps you mentally active, I think is the word I'm looking for, which is good for you. And most importantly, just try to stay off social media. It's bad for your mental health, and especially with a lot of misinformation spreading, and the media will absolutely try to scare you. So do the best you can to stay off that. Number 5, I recommend taking up meditation. I personally use guided meditation, mostly because I really don't meditate that much, even though I'm recommending it. But guided meditation does help you out a lot, and it just takes your mind off the negative. And I think overall that's what we need as a population. I do feel that we do over sensationalize what this virus actually is. And don't get me wrong, I do think, though it is not deadly to most people, and as long as most people keep going out, I do believe there will be an insane amount of cases. But out of all those cases, I really doubt there's going to be more than a few 100,000 deaths. Which, don't get me wrong, it's grim saying that, but I think the amount of deaths isn't going to be as great as the amount of cases, which hopefully is a good thing. Hopefully, when this all blows over, I'll still be in school, which I really hope so. I genuinely want to see some of my friends at least one last time, and hopefully by the time this whole thing blows over and we manage to contain it a little bit, uh, things feel regular and there's not that many restrictions. And when this all blows over, hopefully we can all just give people we care about that are hopefully still alive just a hug. In this time, if you can, please text your friends, please text your family members, or just text someone. If you know the person very closely, tell them how much you appreciate them. Tell them how much you care about them. And if you haven't seen this person in a while, tell them how much you miss them. It's a very positive thing to do for people, and it can change a person's whole day. So, since I do believe we all need a little bit of positivity, I recommend that. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for the video. So, if you guys enjoyed, please like. You don't have to subscribe, but please comment. Tell me what I can do better. Tell me what you're thinking about this entire situation. Like, just comment your thoughts, really. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. To anyone who did, I love you very much.